I think it's very weird the way people remember and talk about this movie, the 2009 Pixar movie Up. Basically, the only thing I ever hear anyone talk about is the emotionally devastating first 10 minutes, where it's basically a long montage of this couple's life together. They meet as children, they get married, they grow old, and then she passes away. But I swear that hit people so hard that they just mentally checked out of the rest of the film, because the part that's hardest to watch, the part that hits the hardest now for me, especially having gotten a little bit older, comes much later in the film, and it's the thing that the film is actually about. So the passing of Carl's wife is the instigating incident in the plot. That's what causes him to tie thousands and thousands of balloons to his house to float away. He does this because when his wife was alive, she was an aspiring adventurer and always wanted to go to a particular spot in South America, and he is going to take her there. But of course, he's not actually taking her there. She's gone. He is taking the house and his memory of her. And it is once they arrive that it starts to hit you what the movie is doing, because they get to a point where they cannot fly the house anymore. So he grabs onto a dangling garden hose and wraps it around his shoulders and starts dragging the house to its destination, to this place where he has decided should be his wife's final resting place. And you watch as he gets more and more tired and broken down, dragging this house through this terrain, dragging his grief, the memory of the life that he had. And along the way, all of these magical, wacky characters come into his life, and this crazy plot unfolds, but at every step, he pushes them away because he is too busy dragging his grief through this wilderness. And when the villain comes along, he doesn't threaten Carl, he threatens that house. He tries to burn it down at one point. Carl has to choose whether to save the house or his living companions, and he chooses the house. His clinging to his grief and hauling it around like a weight on his back becomes not just a burden to him, but to everyone else, everyone who depends on him. The turning point in the plot is when, in order to make the house light enough to fly again, he has to start throwing away furniture and mementos. And then the triumphant moment of the film is when he finally leaves that house behind in South America and continues with his life, because the people around him needed him. And you realize that when you lose someone, you lose them twice. You lose them when their body dies, and then you lose them when you finally let go.